All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to LTC Heroes. My name is Peter Murphy Lewis. I'm the host, and today I'm really lucky to be at the Georgia Healthcare Association. And today, joining me is Kerry Smith. Kerry Smith is the administrator at New Horizons Linear Park in Gainesville, Georgia. Kerry, welcome to the program. Tell me what brought you to Georgia Healthcare Association. Why it's important, who you're excited to see.
Thank you. I'm really glad to be here. It's always great to come and participate in our winter convention, summer convention, and the winter convention. And I think it's special now because we have been away for a while. We have even now we have a lot that participate virtually, but it's I think Georgia Healthcare Association is a great association. I've been a part of it for 25 years now. It allows us to not only receive the education that we need to take care of our residents, but also to build relationships. And that's why I enjoy coming to the conventions. It's the opportunity to meet new people, to make the relationship stronger with the people we already know. For somebody like me, I'm always looking for a different answer. How can we do things differently? Through my contacts that I make at the conventions and through the association, I have different people I can call for questions and for different answers.
I feel that type of networking that happens at the personal level. You and I were sharing before we went live. Your family and kids meet people at the pool, but also the professional level at the coffee. There's lots of tips and tricks and things like that to help us solve problems. To get to know a little bit about why you ever ended up in long-term care, I always call this the initiation point. What got you here? If you had to explain to your grandchild or your daughter, honey, this is why I'm here and this is why my life is dedicated to long-term care. What's your story look like here?
So I have I've got an aunt that was a nursing home administrator. I had graduated college. She offered to let me work with her to learn how to be a nursing home administrator. At that point, that was the furthest thing from my mind. I didn't know that I wanted to get into this field. She encouraged me to come tour with her. I did. Began working with her as a social worker or in social services, and just fell in love with it. It was the interaction with the residents, with the families. I'm one of these that believe we're on earth to make a difference. And in long-term care, that's what we do. We make a difference in people's lives every single day. It's our residents, it's the family members that are entrusting the care of their family members with us, and our staff. There's just so many people that we can make a positive impact every single day, and that's what I love about long-term care.
Kerry, I find that when I tell the leaders of this industry that I look up to them as heroes, they get uncomfortable. There's a lot of humble souls. So the way that I kind of trick heroes like yourself into telling me what you're doing is I say, tell me something that you're really proud of that you and your leadership team at New Horizons have done in the last year. What are you guys doing well that others, if they were knock on your door, you could share that success with them?
Well, I think one thing that I'm really proud of that we've done is when I just look at how we've grown as a leadership team. When COVID first came, and I've always thought we've had a strong leadership team where we like to have lively debate. One of the books I love is The Five Dysfunctions of a Team, where it talks about being able to, I think it's conflict, but how you're able to have a positive, I'll say conflict, where you're able to challenge each other. And I just look at how we've grown over the past 2 years with that, where with this pandemic that came in and is constantly changing, and we're learning more about it every day, especially 2 years ago. And as regulations change and expectations, how we're able to meet and discuss and have debates as to what do we need to do better. There's a lot of different opinions in the room, but we're able to have that conversation. So we've really grown as a leadership team, even including the medical director who's involved in everything we do, all the meetings, just a lot of opinions. People aren't afraid and shy to speak up. We've grown, and I think we've done a really good job managing COVID, as good as can be expected. It's been a tough 2 years.
It's good to be back in person.
It is. It is.
Last night at the dueling pianos, there were a lot of people who just wanted to hug after 2 years of isolation. I can tell you that. Kerry, one of the ways that I try to determine, what gets you up every single day, after years of working in this industry. The way that I phrase it, trying to determine what your passion is. And I wish I could remember where this comes from. There was a professional football player in the 80s or 90s who used to say, "You pay me for Monday through Saturday, I work for free on Sunday." What part of long-term care would you do for free because it fills your heart?
To me, it's the relationships. I've told people in the past, it's hard to have a bad day in long-term care, because when things are going poorly and you need a break, leave your office. For me, I can leave the office. I can go sit down with some residents, have a 15, 20-minute conversation, and just have a good time, either hearing stories from those guys, anything about their life, or just talk about things that are going on. But that relationship with the residents is what keeps us coming back every single day. I say us. I know that's me, and from a lot of other people that I've talked to, I know that's for those guys also.
Kerry, what's something that your peers, your colleagues, your friends, even your mentors and mentees might not know about you here at Georgia Healthcare Association? What's something about you as a person?
That's a tough one. I don't know. I'm kind of an open book. I feel like most people know me for what I am. I'm a big family guy. Love people, love the relationships. I don't know that. That's a good question.
Maybe there's some movie you watched with your kids that you cry that everyone doesn't know about.
Oh, geez. I'll tell you one thing that, and I'm sure people don't know this about me. I've got two daughters. They're now 14 and 15. I never realized until I had children, especially two daughters, that I've just bonded with, as to how sentimental I can be. And it doesn't take a lot for me to tear up at a movie now. So any movie that I watch with those guys can make me tear up, and I don't often let them see that. I try to hide it, but it comes out.
I can relate. I did my clinicals as a CNA about 4 months ago, and when I was taking care of some of the dementia residents, I was thinking of my 5-year-old the whole time, and I kept crying. I'm like, "Peter, keep it together, keep it together." But I was learning so much from these residents.
Yeah, we recently watched the movie, and I forget the name of it. It's the one about the walk-on football player at the University of Arkansas.
Oh yeah,
and teared up with that one. So.
My parents recommended that to me yesterday. So
okay,
now I've got it from
Great
three
movie.
people that I respect. So I'll have to get onto it. I want to pause real quick and just remind the audience, go over and visit ltcheroes.com/community. LTC Heroes, what we're doing is we're taking advice, strategy, and tactics from leaders like Kerry Smith here, and what we take these podcasts and we turn them into bite-sized information that we share. So if you're struggling with census, quality outcomes, or if you're dealing with staffing issues, we take the best advice, not from me, rather from people like Kerry, and we share it over there. So thank you so much. Kerry, I would like to move into a section that's rather new, so you're going to have to bear with me as I kind of tease this out. And what it is it's going to be rapid fire questions, and I'm going to see how you can handle them. If you can't handle them, just say, "Peter, pass. That's a really bad question." I won't be offended, all right? Okay. So let's dive right in. I want to ask you, and this was one that I'm stealing from a mentor that I really appreciate, Tim Ferriss, but I think it would apply for long-term care. And it says, if you could have a gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, metaphorically speaking, getting a message out to millions or billions of people, Kerry, what would it say and why, especially to your peers in long-term care?
You threw me when you said the peers to long-term care. When I think of a billboard that I would want to take out,
sure,
Georgia Bulldogs, national champions. I'm a class of 95. We've been waiting many years for that. So kudos to my Georgia Bulldogs.
No, that is perfect. I'm glad you avoided the extra clause because I threw that on this morning. I think the question was better without because I got a good answer. What is an unusual? Well, I've already kind of asked you that one, so I'm going to jump. I'm going to say in the last 5 years, what new belief, behavior, or habit has most improved your professional life?
So the past couple of years, just the commitment to try to exercise. To me, whether it's hiking or walking or whatever you're doing for exercise, just makes you feel better. It frees the brain. really, and during COVID it was really difficult at times because we're so overwhelmed with everything. But getting up a few minutes earlier to exercise. I know we were having a conversation earlier about every Sunday my brother and I hike a mountain together. It's a challenge every Sunday morning. I'm like, do I really want to go do this? But yeah, it's good. When you're done, you're really glad you did it.
Well, then the next one is a little bit more about long-term care, Kerry. It says, what advice would you give to a smart, driven college student about to enter the real world? What advice should they ignore, especially regarding long-term care industry?
My advice to anybody that, did you say graduating college, find something you're passionate about and pursue it. Tons of jobs out there, but find something you love and you'll love to go to work every day. Tied into long-term care, I would say basically the same thing. If you think this is your passion, go for it. You can really make a difference in people's lives, and that's huge.
Next, in what ways have you grown over the course of your life, Kerry?
You really find yourself, and you find out what you're all about. Even through my professional career, of knowing what's important to me, and a lot of that goes back. And I know I've said relationships a lot, but a lot of that goes back to being on this earth for a reason, and making sure that our lives are spent for something that's worthwhile, and that's at work and also in your personal life.
Kerry, is there a mentor or a teacher in your life that you wish you could call up and thank today that's not around?
Oh goodness, it's not around. I've got mentors that I talk to on a regular basis. I don't know that I have one that's not around, but I do have people in my life that have been a really that's made a big impact, that I still call to this day for advice.
I want to take a moment to thank Experience Care for sponsoring today's LTC Heroes Live here at Georgia Healthcare Association Winter Convention. Kerry, to wrap things up, I know some of the listeners in the audience are going to find you online. Where's the best place to find you?
Social media?
Or your website, your company's website?
Well, I do no social media, so you won't find me on anything social media. But we've got a website with Northeast Georgia Medical Center. I think it's nghs.com, and you can find the links to New Horizons Lanier Park, New Horizons Limestone there.
Kerry, I really appreciate you joining us on the show. Thank you so much. I look forward to meeting you throughout the rest of the day, and hopefully I'll see you in the summer back here in Georgia.
Thank you. I really enjoyed it.